Outside the box, inside the lines, up to the blue skies, down in the mines. It's Rhyme and Reason 405.
There's a rhyme and reason for your life. There's a rhyme and reason.
Hey there, Tony here, and I'm bringing you some more stuff you can listen to so you can maybe get off the track of that mind-numbing TV stuff and movie stuff and book reading. Who wants to do all that when you can listen to Tony over at the Rhyme and Reason podcast? Yay! Maybe not so much, but I'm glad you're there tuning in. If you can hear my voice, you're tuned in, by the way, in case you didn't already know that. And have you ever had anybody tell you to think outside the box? And who are these people? You know, maybe I want to think inside the box. Maybe there's some good stuff in the box, you know? Anyway, but then after they tell you to think outside the box, they say you should stay inside the lines of a proven system. Oh, what's a human to do, right? And who's right? The outsiders or the insiders? Okay, let me put it like this. Maybe you could do it along these lines. You stay inside the lines when you're thinking outside the box. What do you think? Is that good? Do you go with that? You don't have to follow my advice. In fact, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe what I'm talking about doesn't apply to your life at all. And if that's the case, you can just enjoy the things that I'm sharing on here, you know, lyrics, music, whatever. Have a glass of wine or a cup of coffee and, you know, basically just forget I said anything. But then again, maybe there's something in what I'm about to share that you can relate to. And maybe you'll get what I'm talking about and say, wow, that Tony, he's such a wild and crazy wordsmith genius. You know, or something to that effect anyway. So I'm just sharing encouraging rhymes and reasons. That's what I do here on the Rhyme and Reason podcast. See how that works? Coincidentally, I'm sharing rhymes and reasons, and it's called the Rhyme and Reason podcast. Yeah, I mean, that's brilliance, you know, in its rawest form right there. And guess what? I've been doing that, sharing those rhymes and reasons in one way or another every day this year so far. For those of you who haven't picked up on that, it's been every day. And if you're reading my posts on TonyFunderburk.com, and maybe you're reading this or maybe you're listening to this in the future, which won't be the future to you. It'll still be now. Whenever you're listening to this, it'll be now. But for now, let me just say this is the year 2020. So if you're listening to this in the year 2525, well, it'll still be the present for you, but when I recorded this, it'll be way in the past. Have I blundered and bullied my way through that point enough? Okay. I've made it part of my mission to blast out encouraging rhymes and reasons and words and music every day of this year. So this one was actually the rhyme of the day for March 16th. Hope you like it. Goes a little something like this. It's called Inside the Lines. Inside the lines, the grass is greener. Outside the box, the air is cleaner. Some days your life runs like a river. Some nights you only quake and quiver. And the sun begins to shine, you draw another line, and then the box becomes a place to store your things. So then the flowers start to grow, your words begin to flow, and then you're glad to join in when the whole world sings. Inside the lines, the route is shorter. Outside the box, there's no recorder. Some days your view is from the summit. Some nights your dreams will let you plummet. And then the sun begins to shine, you draw another line, and then the box becomes a place to store your things. So then the flowers start to grow, your words begin to flow, and then you're glad to join in when the whole world sings. Yep, I'm glad to join in when the whole world sings, and, here's a little side note, I'm glad to sing even when the whole world doesn't want to. So that does it for this episode of Rhyme and Reason, brought to you by Tony Funderburk, maker of fine books and merch, words and music, and rhymes and reasons. And as always, remember, life has rhyme and reason because God made you.
There's a rhyme and reason for your